Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 30th of January. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director of Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have IAG, EML Payments, Sealink, Mezzo and Aurelia Metals. So if you have a request, send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter. Make sure you share this video on social media. If you do like the video, we'd love you to leave a review on Facebook or Google. And finally, just remember, any advice here, of course, is general only. So this is a daily chart of IAG for a little bit over a year now. So what we could see is, so after dropping quite a bit in early August, we can see it then traded in a bit of a range, so not really keeping up with the broader market at all. And then in the last few days, it's clearly broken through that support level. So, price action still remains fairly weak. So by gapping under here, unlike some other stocks that gapped down, it didn't see a lot of buying and close near the highs and recover a bit. It sort of closed near the lows, fell down again. And as we could see, even yesterday, even though it was up, we could see by the price action the last few days, the red candle meaning it's closing below where it opened. So not a good start to the year there. So the risk is to the downside. We've got possibly support back here from a bit over a year ago, here in sort of the mid to high sixes. But either way, I think risk is to the downside. There's no need to be in IAG. Okay, EML Payments, we've looked at this one a couple of times and the trend is still quite positive, still doing all the right things. Nothing wrong with the way it's trading. To me, it doesn't look like it's stalling yet. So, I don't see any warning signs. It's gone sideways for the last couple of weeks, but we can see that this just looks like a consolidation against a nice movement that preceded it. So yeah, look, not really much to add with this. The trend is still there. I'd still be happy to stick with it if I was in it. Okay, Sealink, SLK. So we've had that big move up last year, and then it's basically sort of by the end of the year, it's just started to roll away. So not looking good at the moment. Yes, there's been a bit of a recovery for a couple of days, but it's too early to say whether that means anything or not. I think it'll probably go back to this gap here that was created in August. So that's around $3.82. I think it just needs to probably fill that and just settle down and use up a bit of time to show that it's stabilised. Whereas at the moment, in terms of potential downside here, potential upside back to this range, it's sort of right in the middle of it. It's not really a good opportunity yet by the looks of it. Okay, Mezzo. So we'll just zoom in a bit. So volume, so if you can't quite see it, volume is picked up here on the way up. So that's good to see that there's more and more volume coming in. Basically, we need to see it settle down. So the ranges are getting quite big now. But ideally, if you're looking to buy, you want to see the ranges settle down. So you want a situation like this where we end up with some smaller ranges. Even just here a couple of weeks ago, we can see that after a nice sort of big move, it's settled down a little bit, and that made it an easier buying opportunity. I think here it just sort of looks like it can go either way. It's not even closing on its highs anymore. We're seeing sort of price rejection sort of from higher up and down low, so getting traded quite a bit intraday. I think if you're a good intraday trader, day trader, and that's not me. I'm not good at that. I think you could probably do something with this, but for me, I'd like to see it settle down and the volatility to come out of it first. Now, finally, AMI, Aurelia Metals. So we'll just zoom in. So we could see over the last several months, it seems to be finding some support at 40 cents. So it's basically tested that a few times. The problem is it's making, since it first hit 40 cents, it's been making lower high, so that's a negative sign. If we were to hook these up with a trend line, it looks like it's breaking out, so it looks like it could head higher, but the real test is this November high. It really does need to make a higher high to be a proper break of this downtrend. Otherwise, if we see it fail and roll over here, it could very well go back and retest 40 cents. So there is a risk that it can go to a new low. Okay, well that's it for this week. If you have a request, send it through. I'll try to include your stock for you.